Yo, what's up, Virgo? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of May 2016. For the majority of the month of May, the sun is going to be in the sign of Taurus. Taurus for you as a Virgo is your ninth house. The ninth house has to do with faraway travel. The ninth house has to do with people who are from far away. The ninth house has to do with spirituality, and the ninth house has to do with adventure. So for the majority of the month of May, maybe you're going somewhere far away. If not, maybe you're interacting with people who are from far away. Maybe you're interacting with people who are spiritual, and you're just going to be a lot more adventurous for the month, for the majority of the month of May. On May 20th, the sun shifts into the sign of Gemini, and for you as a Virgo, the sign of Gemini is your 10th house, and that has to do with your career and your professional situation. So up until May 20th and for the majority of the month of May, it's all about, faraway travel, people who are from far away, the spirituality, the adventurousness, and then the pace is going to shift after May 20th when the sun moves into Gemini, your 10th house of career. Then you're going to be more focused on your career goals. So those are the primary themes for the month of May for you, Virgo, for May 2016. Now I'm going to talk about some more specific major astrological events that are set to occur this month and what they mean for you. Right off the bat, on May 1st, the sun in Taurus, that ninth house area that has to do with faraway travel, is actually making a positive connection to Neptune in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. So this could have several different implications. Maybe it means on May 1st or following that event or sometime around there, maybe it means you're going to be taking a trip somewhere far away with a significant other or somebody who you have a one-on-one relationship with in your life. So that's definitely one possibility. If not, then maybe this is a spiritual person that you actually have, because the ninth house, Taurus, the sun being in Taurus, your ninth house, also has to do with spirituality. So maybe there's some kind of positive connection between you and somebody you have a one-on-one relationship with who is a spiritual person. Another way to look at this is it doesn't necessarily have to be you're going somewhere far away. It could actually be someone who's from a foreign culture that you're interacting with locally. So another way to look at this influence on May 21st is something might be going pretty well in a one-on-one relationship that you have with maybe someone who's from a foreign culture. So those are different ways to look at that aspect that happens on May 1st. On May 6th, there's a new moon in Taurus. So once again, Taurus being that house of ninth house of faraway places, ninth house of people who are from far away, ninth house of spirituality, the ninth house of adventure. So just new things. New moons are like a trigger, like I say it every single time, and they bring all these new events into your life in the 6 months that follow the new moon. So after May 6th, all these new things are going to be building in your life. Maybe you're going to be going new places that are far away. Maybe there's going to be new people from faraway places coming into your life. Maybe there's going to be new spiritual people coming into your life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, it can be maybe people who are involved in organized religion, if that's your thing. If it's not, then maybe it's an alternative subject to spirituality. Something like astrology, for example, could be another way to look at spirituality. Maybe these people are interested in that, and so are you. And there's going to be new people coming into your life. But the way the new moon works is that it's going to be building all these events for 6 months after May 6th, and then 6 months down the line is going to be the full moon in the same area, so that whatever it is that's building, regarding all the things I just mentioned, is finally going to come to fruition at that point. On May 9th, Jupiter, the planet of luck and fortune, finally goes direct, and it's in your sign, Virgo. It's in the first house. For you as a Virgo, that is your first house. And that has to do with yourself and who you are. And Jupiter's been in this area for you, your first house of self, for a while. And it actually started to go retrograde on January 7th. So that means something was like under review about yourself. All this time it's been retrograding. It's like something has just been under review about yourself, or something's just been kind of stuck and you haven't really had the forward momentum you need to get to the next level. Well, on May 9th, that's finally going to come unstuck, because Jupiter is finally moving forward on May 9th, and it's in your sign. It's in the first house of self for you, Virgo. So you're going to feel this huge forward shift of momentum about yourself after May 9th. And it's like finally you're just going to be able to move forward with what you need to move forward with about yourself. So that's something to be really excited about. So remember that date, May 9th. On May 12th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is in Taurus, this ninth house area. Once again, that area of faraway places and people who are from far away, and spirituality is making a positive. Mercury is the planet of communication now in this area, and it's making a positive angle to Pluto, which is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is your fifth house, and that has to do with your romantic situation. So there's a lot of ways to look at this angle too. I mean, it's a positive connection between faraway places and romance. So it sounds like this is another day that maybe could be an indication, if you're lucky, Virgo, maybe you're going somewhere far away with a romantic interest, and it's a really great time. If that's not the case, like I said, the ninth house also has to do with spirituality. So maybe you have a romantic connection with someone who's more spiritually involved and things are going well on May 12th and following that event. And then another way to look at it would be, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're traveling far away, but maybe there's somebody you could be interacting with who is from a faraway place and they're your romantic interest and they may be local to you. So those are different ways to look at that influence on May 12th. So make sure you mark your calendar for that one. And on May 21st, there's a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is your fourth house. Your fourth house has to do with your home and family situation. So, maybe if you haven't seen your family in a while, I mean, the full moons, they just bring things to fruition. So maybe if you haven't seen your family in a while, all of a sudden, this full moon could bring you to your family, or you're just surrounded by family or wherever you come from. That could definitely be one possibility. Or, it has to do with your home life too. So, full moons are like a wild card. It, could mean something like a development, or it could mean a shakeup. So, depending on how things have been going in your home life, if things haven't been so hot lately, maybe things have been a little bit shaky in your home life. I mean, this could just bring like more of a shake-up like around your home life situation. Maybe you're dealing with someone who you're kind of having an argumentative situation with in your home life. And there's other ways to look at it too. I mean, it could mean that you're moving somewhere on May 21st or following that event. I mean, after the full moon hits in your fourth house, it could mean that you're moving somewhere. It could mean someone's moving in. It could mean someone's moving out. It could mean you're getting some new furniture. So there's a lot of different ways to look at full moon. It just basically means something's coming to fruition in your home and family situation on May 21st and following that event. So think about how that applies to your life, Virgo. On May 22nd, Mercury, the planet of communication, now finally goes direct in that ninth house area. And Mercury's actually been doing a retrograde since April 28th in this ninth house area. And like I said, this ninth house area is interesting because it does have to do with the faraway places. It does have to do with people who are from far away, but it also has to do with spirituality too. So with Mercury, the planet of communication there, it's almost like you're communicating, because was retrograding since April 28th, and it retrogrades all the way to May 22nd. So between April 28th and May 22nd, with Mercury retrograding and going backwards in that area, it's the planet of communication, and it's in that area of spirituality. So it sounds like, you might be like thinking or almost even like communicating on a spiritual level with somebody that maybe even passed on before, Virgo. So that's something you want to think about. I mean, if you're someone that you used to love, or a loved one that passed on at this time, you may even be like having them heavy on your mind around this time, maybe even communicating with them on a spiritual level. After May 22nd, Mercury will go direct in this area, so the communication will start to be more progressive and more forward rather than directed toward the past. On May 26th, Jupiter, the planet of luck and fortune in your sign, is actually making a challenging aspect now to Saturn in Sagittarius, which is that fourth house for you, Virgo. That fourth house, once again, being your house of home and family, your area of home and family. So what does that suggest? I mean, it sounds like you're having a challenging day in your home and families. Whoever's in your house, whoever lives with you, whether it be a family member or whether it be a significant other or whatever, it sounds like it's getting pretty shaky right there on May 26th. So just keep an eye out for that. And then on May 27th, Mars, the power planet, is actually retrograding so much at this point. I mean, Mars has been retrograding for a while. It's been retrograding since April 17th. And it started out in Sagittarius, that area of home for you, that area of home and family for you. But now it's actually going to be retrograding so much. It's going to be going backwards so much that it's retrograding into Scorpio. And Scorpio is your third house. And your third house has to do with your communication. So Mars has some kind of unfinished business that needs to go back there regarding your communication. I mean, think back to the beginning of the year, Virgo. Was there something that you wanted to communicate that maybe, eventually you wanted to communicate it, but maybe you never got your point across? Well, now Mars is going back into this area of communication because there's something that Mars needs to do there, because maybe there's a message that you never got across that now it needs to come across, because now is the time to bring the message across, whatever it is. So Mars is actually a fast-moving planet, so it's going to go back into that third air. It's going to go back into Scorpio, and it's going to do what it needs to do regarding communication and make sure you get your message across, whatever you need to get your message across. It's definitely going to be Mars is definitely going to power you to do that. So just look out for that on May 27th. But I think that's all I have for you this month, Virgo. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and like, and make sure you share, and I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.